So hello everyone, my name is Raminder. I'm working with Indo-European and I'm taking care of admission and visa services. So I just wanted to check that I hope you have seen our country specific videos which have been uploaded on YouTube channel, right? And if in case you have not, so you are missing a lot of important information, I would request you for the latest updates, kindly go and subscribe. And I would request Mr. Bawa to, please guide us further in terms of, the opportunities for higher education, specifically in Latvia today. So here's to you, sir.
Thank you, Raminder. Hello, everyone. My name is Dipinder Baba. I'm one of the directors of Indo-European. We will be discussing about Latvia today, but we're going to wait for another few minutes, let's say maximum 5 minutes. So few more people will join us. And in maximum 5 minutes, we'll start with our Study in Latvia webinar. There is a section of Q&A where you can ask questions, and also you can ask questions related to your admissions, your visas. Once the webinar is finished, we will take all the questions one by one. So in case your answer has not been covered in the webinar, you can ask the question in one-to-one as well.
So we have already received a couple of messages in our chat box. In the meantime, we actually start. So I would personally take up this opportunity. Hi, Amit. How are you doing today? Hello to Akash and Sumit. Hello, Didier and Amit. We will definitely answer your question, dear, after we come up to the question and answer session. So I would just request you to wait for a while. Hi, Maninder. We just need another couple of minutes. Let's have some more participants before we start. So we would request the ones on board to kindly wait for a couple of minutes.
Vrinda, I believe we can start now.
Yes, definitely.
Participants already now. Hello, everyone who have just joined us. Just for your information, let me introduce myself. My name is Dipinder Baba. I'm one of the directors of Indo-European, and I'm also the director of study in Latvia Center. It's a project which is running in Latvia where we recruit students for Latvian universities globally. In case you would like to have more information, post this webinar, you can also contact us. You can search our website www.studyinlatvia.in. Ravinder, I believe we can start now.
I believe
this country, Latvia, is very, very close to my heart. I will tell you why. I'll share a small story with you because you need to know where this is coming from. Basically, Latvia, in 2011, I visited Latvia as an education agent. I'm talking about those days when there was no Latvian embassy in India. So there was no student mobility between India and Latvia, which means that the students who are planning to study in Latvia, they either have to go to one another Schengen embassy, ask for the visa, and then go to Latvia and do their resident permit process. It was a quite long process. So in 2011, I met Riga Tech University in a conference in Copenhagen. And after my discussion on the product like Latvia as a country, I was quite surprised that how come we are not promoting this country in India. So I decided to go to Latvia in 2011 by September. I visited Latvia personally. I went there. I've seen the universities. I've seen the country, and I was so surprised that in all these years, why I have not been promoting Latvia. So this is where the journey started. I came back to India in 2012. 2012 February, we recruited 4 students for Riga Tech University. Those students got the visa from the Hungary embassy because those days Hungary embassy used to give the visas to the students, and those students got the visa. They went to Latvia. They started their education, and they were quite happy in the first few months. So I went again in 2012, and then I decided to discuss with universities how we can recruit more actively in India. And this is where my journey started with Latvia and university. And I and the council section, there was a project made up where the Latvian universities confirmed us that if we could get students who are interested to go to Latvia, they would be able to bring the council section to India to do the visa services. And this is how the student got the visa in 2012, 2013. Without the embassy, there was no embassy here. Only the council section came down to India, processed the application in a short window of 15, 20 days. And this is how we recruited approximately 150 students in 2 years. I'm talking about 2012 and 2013. And then 2014, we all know that the Latvian embassy got opened in India. And the most important thing is that I really believe in this education. I believe that Latvia and Baltic countries are giving a very high quality of education at an affordable price. And that was my slogan line when I started promoting Latvia. Study in Latvia, study in Europe at Indian cost. Now, when we talk about the students who are willing to go to Latvia, what are the reasons, what are the benefits? Let's understand. Everybody have their own perception about the Latvia or Baltic countries. People come to me and they say, okay, it's a small country, it's an ex-Russian country, they don't speak English. So all these questions were coming to us in the initial stages. Now it's very, we have been in the business for many, many years for Latvia. I would say we don't see those questions now that much. But in those days, a lot of people were concerned about that in sending their children to Latvia. Now, Latvia as a study destination is quite popular because you get the good quality education at affordable price. This is one of the most important reasons, and I will recommend people who want to save money, but they still want to have a quality education. This is then Latvia is your study destination. If you go for a bachelor degree today abroad to any good decent country, I pick up Denmark, I pick up Canada, I pick up France, whether European or non-European country, the tuition fee of a bachelor program is approximately 8-9 lakh rupees. For a 3-year program, we're talking about 27 to 30 lakh rupees tuition fee. Living expenses on the top, we're talking about 45 lakh rupees. 45 to 50 lakh rupees investment at a bachelor program, not everybody is keen to make it. I'm starting with the financial part because somewhere down the line, going abroad, higher education, the first thing comes is the financials. Because if financials is clear, then you can choose the right country. Countries like Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, I will not only say Latvia, of course, the entire Baltics, the quality of education is available at the price tag of India. Your tuition fee in Chennai, your tuition fee in New Delhi private universities will be more than the good public universities and private universities in Latvia. So basically, I've got a lot of success stories in Latvia with a lot of my students because it had been now nearly 8 years we had been promoting Latvia. So one thing which after the cost point of view, let's go ahead. The research universities like Riga Tech University, you have University of Turiba University. These are the universities which are basically leading Latvian education in the international market. University of Latvia also is a public university. In fact, they also have very good programs. So these universities have been attracting Indian and Asian students for now. It's almost 8 years. And there is a stage now where students are being selected. So to get an admission to Latvian university, a good university, I had been very vocal in my videos about certain universities where you should not apply. The reason is that because those universities have a very weak visa rate. Now, why do they have a weak visa rate? Because they are small time colleges. They only take your application fee, they take your tuition fees, and they don't have good infrastructure to teach. They have a very bad recruitment strategies. They accept students for any percentage. Any good university in Latvia who is accepting this application should make sure that there is a code of conduct which has been designed by the Ministry of Education and embassy together, that students should have at least 60% minimum marks. If you have 60% minimum marks, you will be able to go into the various good rank universities like RTU, Turiba University, University of Latvia, Banku School of Finance, and there are many, many universities. I can the list keep going on. But there are certain colleges, certain universities you should avoid. Hotel School of Riga, ISMA Business School. These are those schools where I have seen a huge amount of application going in, and the visa rate is quite low because they do not do any filtration. They don't have a right infrastructure. I'm talking about these things in the initial part of my webinar just because I want to send a right message to you. I'm not here to sell you Latvia. To be very honest, people who want to have a quality education, they already know Baltic countries a lot. Let's come to the what are the benefit of Latvia. So tuition point of view, we have discussed it's a low cost. Then the living cost. Now, approximate living cost in Turiba University is 70 euros per month. When I say 70 euro, I'm talking about approximately 6,000 rupees, including water, heating, electricity, internet on campus. So 6,000 rupees per month means that if I am living in New Delhi with all my bills and my air conditioning and everything, I can guarantee that I cannot live in 6,000 rupees for sure in Delhi also. Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, because these are the big cities where students want to go and they want to do their education. Now, this is why I can always say that living in Riga as a host, as a student in a dormitory will be cheaper than India. The tuition fee is cheaper than India. Now let's talk about the cost after cost part. Let's come to the quality. When we talk about quality, Latvia being a member of European Union and a Schengen country, all the degrees are European Union recognized, which means that if you do a bachelor degree in business or in engineering, you have the same value which you have basically in Germany or Denmark, because your degree is going to be same points. So we call it an ECTS point, European Credit Transfer Points. So if you do a 3-year bachelor degree, you will get 180 points because each year is 60 points. So if you go for a master's degree, you will have a very easy access. So students who choose Latvia at the bachelor's, they can do their masters in Latvia also. They can do their masters in anywhere in Europe also, and it is very much recognized not only in European Union but outside Europe also. So a lot of people, who are coming from different part of the world, they are coming to Latvia for various reasons. Sometimes people come for the cost point of view. Sometimes people come for the research point of view, and sometimes you come for the opportunity point of view. It is one of the easiest place to do business. If you want to open your company after education, then Latvia is the hub. So when I went in 2012, I heard that you can open. They were promoting this as a hub where you can open a company in one day. So I literally started in the morning, and by evening I opened my company there, just because I want to check that how feasible is the system. So any student who's planning to have a startup, you have the best situation, you have the best rules and regulations for resident permit, for entrepreneur visa, for startup visa also. So once you finish your program, either after bachelor's, either after master's, Latvia allow you to stay back even after opening your own company. Then once you finish the education, Latvia gives you 1 year of job seeker visa. This 1 year of job seeker visa is not only for Latvia. So during your stay in Latvia, you can travel across European Union because you have a TRP card, which is called a temporary resident permit card. We also call it as a pink card. Now, once you have this card, during the education you're traveling, and even when you have this card for 1 year job seeker, even then you can do it. So going to Latvia means that you can also apply a job in Germany, in Denmark, in Sweden, or in Switzerland, because they all will be considering you as a local resident. A lot of people don't know that. When you are, even if you're qualified, better, very highly qualified, but you will not be able to get job directly into Europe because employers will have to sponsor your visa. Whereas if you're in European Union, the employers will be able to get you a job easily because they do not have to sponsor your visa. You have already a resident permit card, which allows you to apply for a work permit, whereas your employer just have to give you the contract. Now, this is going to be post visa. Other benefits are students are quite safe there because a lot of students, there had been small instances everywhere in the world. But overall, if I talk about the security point of view, in all these years, I haven't heard about a lot of big problems, a lot of issues with the students. Students also complain, this is ex-Russian country. So let me explain, yes, it is true. Russia, Latvia used to be a part of the Russian Federation, but it is long ago. Now, basically, you cannot teach the education in Russian language. So Latvia, in fact, abandoned all the universities that they either have to teach in English or they have to teach in either the local language Latvian, which shows that they're completely not as a Russian dominating country. So yes, there are a lot of people who have migrated from Russia in the past to Latvia, but now the entire the young generation is very much into communication. They go abroad, they study abroad, they use this Erasmus exchange programs. So you will find Latvian students in all over European universities. More or less, a lot of universities have different programs. You have double degree programs, you have got joint degree programs, you have got Erasmus exchange programs. So students who want to go to Latvia, but they still think that they want to go to Germany in a part of the education, you can do it at Erasmus also, because Latvia, being a Schengen member, also is a part of Erasmus exchange program. There are programs designed such a way that you can do internships every year. So I'll give you a small example. If you want to study a bachelor degree in hospitality, Turiba University is offering you a 4 years bachelor degree program where you study for 9 months, and after every 9 months you have a 3 months of internship, paid internship with the hotels which who have partnership with Turiba. Similarly, you have a joint degree program with Ventspils University where you have a joint degree in Master in International Business. So your tuition fees is approximately 2,40,000 rupees. You study 1 year in Latvia and 1 year in Austria. So it's a joint degree, and you have to have 2 degrees, one from Austria and one from Latvia. Once you have an Austrian degree also, you can choose to stay back in Austria, or you can choose to stay back in Latvia, depending upon your work condition, depending upon your personal choices. Coming to the next further, if students are willing to study in Latvia, what are the next things they should look at? So we have covered the cost. We say the accommodation is good. The security point of view, it's better. The professors are always a PhD holder. It's one of the very unique things which I have seen in Latvia. So all the professor has to have a doctorate. If you do not have a doctorate, you cannot be regarded as a professor. And because in India, you have seen a lot of master students are also teaching bachelor students. And a lot of bachelor or BTech students are also teaching the diploma students. But in Latvian universities, you have to be a professor, and for professor, you have to have a PhD. The courses, you have nursing, medicine, business, engineering, aviation transport, aeronautical, mechanical, automobile, all kind of courses are available in Latvia. So they start twice in a year, January intake and September intake. In my YouTube channel, if you go, I have made a lot of videos during the lockdown as well, where universities have shared that there is no delay in the application processing for the students, because all the international students can apply now for September intake. One thing very important you have to understand, that while going to Latvia, you have to make sure that you start the process good 4 months back. So now when you start the process, before the visa, it takes 3 months. Yes, you heard me right. It takes 3 months to get you ready for the visa process. And to confirm this, I have got 2 videos, one from the Banku University on our YouTube channel, which I made during the initial days of lockdown, and one with the Turiba University. And you can see, I have calculated all the days you will be needing to do your admission and visa process. Let's come next. When it comes to the student programs, you have programs which are research based, you have programs which are practical based. So depending upon the university and the program, you can choose your courses. You can also choose, basically, you would like to do a thesis or you would like to do an internship. This is also a possibility. Students who would like to go with their family, let me be very clear on this part also. Earlier, there was not only earlier, actually the law says that if you would like to bring your dependent in Latvia, your university have to sponsor their resident permit. Now, earlier there was some university who were offering this facility for students, but unfortunately now there is no university as of now who is ready to sponsor the resident permit of a spouse. But as a student, you can always invite your spouse and your dependent children or your parents for a short visit, definitely. But this short visit can be maximum 3 months, and you can invite them for 3 months into 2 times in a year, total 6 months. So in every 180 days, they can stay with you 3 months. So a lot of students have been contacting us that we are trying to go to Latvia as a dependent visa. We got an agent who confirmed us. Definitely, there was an option earlier, but please make sure that there is no option as such anymore. In case you have been told by any of the agent that you can go, take in writing from the university that they will sponsor your spouse or your dependent children resident permit application. Otherwise, you will be in a problem. Let's go next. When it comes to the student tuition fee, we're talking about a very low tuition fee programs. Again, the The low means the affordability, and it's not nothing to concern with the quality of the education. So we're talking about somewhere like 1.5 lakh rupees starting and going up till 3 lakh rupees, depending upon the program you choose. Your business programs are between the range of 2 to 2.5 lakh rupees per year. Your engineering programs are approximately 2.75 to 3 lakh rupees per year. Your engineering programs are the best available in Riga Tech University. Now, Riga Tech University is a very prestigious QS rank university, which had been accepting students from India over the past so many years now. And a lot of students have got jobs in European Union. They are very well settled. So I can definitely recommend you that if you want to go for an engineering program, Riga Tech University should be your primary choice. If you want to go for a business degree program, if you want to study basically the bachelor in hospitality, then Turiba University should be your choice. If you want to study international business and you want to study double degree program with Austria, Ventspils University has this program. This is a very creative program with a double degree with Austria. Students spend 1 year here, 1 year in Austria, and this is very much in demand. But the intake is quite low, so the limited seats are there. September intake is open, you can still apply for it. Let's go to the entire admission and visa process. When we talk about the admission process, Latvia comes as a bit tricky here, because first thing is that you have to make your application to the Latvian university. After making the application, your university will do a Skype interview with you. If your university is not doing a Skype interview with you, then they are breaking the protocol, which means that you should not be applying for this university, because as per the code of conduct, every university should check their student quality before they accept the student. And from now onwards, if you do not have education in English language, either you have to give MOI, which is called Medium of Instruction of English in your education, or the IELTS. So without the IELTS, you can also apply, but the MOI has to be given. So once you submit all the documents, university do a Skype interview. After the Skype interview, university will be if you pass the Skype interview, of course, some universities are doing Skype interview plus online test also. Once you have cleared the Skype interview, your document will be sent to AIC, Academic Information Center Office. Academic Information Center Office will verify your documents. Now, this is where a very important point. If you have education marks below 50% marks, let's say you have got class 12 or bachelor, whatever education you have done, if you have got less than 50% marks, do not apply for Latvia, because the verification department will not allow you to come. So those students who below less than 50% marks should not apply for Latvia at all for any university, irrespective of what the agent is telling you, irrespective of what the university is telling you, because the government of Latvia, I can confirm you this thing, because I had been trained by the AIC team in 2012 how to actually process the application and how to understand which student can go and not. And over these years, I have sent thousands of students to Latvia, so I can tell you that this is for sure. Second thing, if you have bachelor degree in arts, do not apply for Latvia, because Latvia do not accept Bachelor of Arts. If you have any general degree, Bachelor of Arts, or if you have BSc General, if you have BSc Chemistry, if you have BSc Electronics, no problem. If you have Bachelor of Arts specialization in Economics, no problem. BA Arts English Honors, no problem. But any BSc degree General or BA degree General is not accepted in Latvia, and you have to choose a different country. Don't waste your time, because this is something which I can guarantee you that you can check with any university. This is the rule made by the AIC office and not the university. So once your document goes to AIC, AIC will take 1 month to 45 days to say yes or no. So in case you have more than 50% marks, in case you have a right degree, you will get an approval from the AIC office, and then your university will issue you a final admission letter, which means we are already on the day 60. So 2 months is already gone, and on the 3rd month, you will get your letter of acceptance, you will get your invoice, you will pay the tuition fee. After paying the tuition fee, university will sign a contract with you, which is we call a student agreement. So this student agreement is basically used by all the universities. They have got different kind of contract for different students coming for bachelors and masters. Coming on to your, after the student contract is signed, then your invitation letter is made. Your invitation is made by the university itself. it will be an invitation to apply for resident permit, and this invitation comes to you via email. And then after this, you have to go to VFS website. We will block your appointment, and only the students who have the invitation number, a valid invitation number, will be able to book an appointment with the VFS. Just because they don't want to make sure nobody can block and the queue for no reason. So students who have got the invitation number, they approach to the VFS. After the VFS appointment is done, you go and submit your file. After submission of your file, you will be interviewed. If you are in Delhi or in Gujarat or in Northern India, you will be interviewed most likely in Delhi, or you can also be interviewed in the VFS center under the video conferencing. So depending upon the location, depending upon the load on the embassy, but every single student will be interviewed. So a lot of students have come to me and say, my agent has confirmed me that I do not have to go for interview. It is absolutely incorrect. Every single student will be interviewed by the embassy, and on the basis of your interview, if you are motivated, you can speak good English, you have a right intentions, you will get the visa. This will be a D-type visa, entry visa for 3 months. Now, what will you do with a 3-month visa if you have a course for 4 years or a 3-year course? So you will take the visa, you will enter the country. The moment you enter the country, you will have to apply for resident permit. Now, this is a bit tricky part here, and this is what you have to understand very clearly. When you apply a visa, you have to fulfill the visa requirement. But when you reach the country, you have to fulfill the resident permit requirement separately. There are two different requirements. So what I see in my Latvia office, a lot of students comes to us in February and September who come from India and neighboring countries, and they come and say they do not have any information. They didn't knew that there is a different set of documents, and those different set of documents are very precise. So I'll also want to share with you these different set of documents. So in case you're applying, it will help you out. So the first is that the visa, the D-type visa. Embassy on the VFS website, it says very clearly, you or your sponsor should provide a 3-year of income tax return document. In case you do not have an income tax return document, my experience is that most of the visa got refused, because it says very clearly, if somebody has a father, mother living abroad and they are earning there, definitely there could be a cover letter with the paperwork which can be used, and this paperwork will be enough to explain the embassy that your parents do not live in India, and they should be having a substantial amount of document to prove that they're earning abroad. Then the ITR can be waived off. The next thing is that the bank statement. The bank statement should be approximately 5 to 5.5 lakh rupees. This is with my own experience. Normally, as per the immigration rule, it says 5,000 euros, but I will strongly recommend you that minimum 5 to 6 lakh rupee statement, where it is a well-maintained statement. See, there's a difference between the fresh money and a well-maintained statement, because just dumping the money in the account of your sponsor on your own account, it will give a visa officer a very clear message that you are not motivated or not financially sound. And this is another reason for getting the refusal. So students, if you are planning to go abroad, make sure, I do understand a lot of students come to us as well, and they say that they have money, but they do not have this kind of option where they can show money as old money. But in case you have fixed deposits, in case you have the old money, everything is fine. But as long as you can show that you have legitimate entries or your sponsor have legitimate entries to get the visa, it will be easy. Now, once you have these two things ready, you're more or less ready for your visa application. Once, and just few more extra documents are there, which is not nothing very complicated. But once you apply the visa, in 15 to 20 days time, you will get the visa. Once you get the visa and you are traveling to Latvia, there's a specific set of documents which you should make sure that you have it, because as soon as you land there, you have to apply resident permit. Now, whatever you have given in your visa file, other than that, what do you need? You need a bank certificate on your own name for 5,500 euros. You have to show that this is the bank certificate where you have this money. You have an international debit card. These two things are mandatory when you're going to Latvia. Otherwise, you will not be able to make a resident permit application, because immigration will ask you to prove your finances with your bank statement. The D-type visa which you took from India or any neighboring country, it allows you to go only enter Latvia. They're two different things. Then your chest X-ray, which will be done in Latvia, your medical insurance, and again, which I just mentioned, your bank certificate and your police clearance. There are four main documents, and out of these two documents, your police clearance has to be, your education document has to be apostille. So your education is apostille, your PCC is apostille, you have a right bank certificate. Now, another thing which I've seen, a lot of people get the bank certificate, but that bank certificate is not good enough for your resident permit application. So there's a set language which you require. So when you apply with Study in Latvia Center or Indo-European, what do you get? You get a complete hand-holding process. So if you see right from the application process, interview, Skype interview, your online test, we help you, we support you, we train you so that you exactly know what to be done. Then post that, your verification, your paperwork, your resident permit applications, that all will be done by us. We have a local office in Riga which always helps students. We are available Monday to Friday, 10 to 5 p.m. With any kind of difficulty students have, they can walk into our office. All the airport pickups are done from our office. You need any kind of support over there, we help you out. In case you do not feel happy with your present university and program, we can also help you to change the university and the country. Of course, if you're not happy, there's no point of doing that program. So all these small services come together, and build up as a strong point of making an application with us. Coming to the opportunities. Now, student always ask me, I'm going to work part-time. How much money can I make? Can I make 1,000 euros? Can I make 2,000 euros? Can I make more money than Denmark? Can I make more than Germany or less? It's an ex-Russian country. All these things get you confused. So here's a simple formula. When you're going for education, you're going for education. So you should stick to 20 hours work limit, which is good enough for you to look after your living expenses. Living expenses has been calculated by a lot of my students, and I have got an average of 250 euros approximately, which you spend every month for your food and your living. Now, above that, you can spend anything you want, but this is where you actually spend, most of the students spend. So if you work part-time, you can fund your living expenses, but do not try to work more hours. Do not try to do extra number of hours, because then you will suffer in your education. So my strong suggestion would be, students who want to go abroad on an affordable tuition fee, Latvia can be a very good option. This one-year job seeker visa, a lot of people come to me and say, will I get a job in Latvia? So when you go to European Union, do not put yourself as a fix that if you're going to Latvia, you'll do work in Latvia only. Or if you're going to Germany, you'll do job in Germany. The moment you finish your program, you will start finding a job. And when you find a job, doesn't matter which country you find a job, you will apply the work permit in the local embassy. And that is how you lead from the education to the your work permit visa. And if you live in Latvia, now let's talk to PR, permanent residency also. If you live in Latvia, then of course, after living for 5 years, working for 5 years, after working for 5 years in Latvia full time and paying the taxes, you will be able to apply for a permanent residency, which is more or less same in every country. In all over Europe, it is 4 to 7 years. You have to spend 4 in case of just you are thinking which country you have to spend 4 years. This is Finland and Sweden, but in Latvia you have to spend 5 years. Lithuania 5 years, Estonia 5 years to take the PR. If you talk about the intakes, I've already mentioned there are only 2 intakes. The next intake is September 2020. Application is on. You can still make the application. Now, the next thing comes is what will happen during the lockdown. So a lot of students have confusion. The whole purpose of going online, on YouTube on these videos is that I will be able to help you in making your right decision. So once you make the application now, by approximately only by August end, we'll be able to bring your application to the visa stage, because everything is going slow. So my 3 months will become 4 months. So you have May, June, July, August. So by August, we'll be able to make the application for the visa. So month of the September will be considered as visa application day. Now, looking at the yesterday news from the Slovenia, the Slovenia has officially announced that the lockdown is officially over. They are back to work, and you can check this, verify this information. Slovenia had become the first country in the world, in the European Union also, to announce this thing. And you can also check it on in shorts. You can check on the Google, and has been a widely spread news. And I'm believing that soon, very soon, few European countries will also announce that they are going to be over, the lockdown going to be over. So even lockdown is there, you still have 4 months. So in case by September or by August end, you are not able to apply the visa, what will happen? Your classes will start online. You will start the classes, and let's suppose say in the month of October the visa starts up. You will apply the visa in month of October. This is how the universities have planned to do the business, and they're attracting the students that nothing is going to be delayed in terms of the education. So no student will have to suffer their education. And looking at the Baltic country technology point of view, I can guarantee you that the quality of education, even the online education, is perfectly fine. There's no problem. And in fact, a lot of our students at the moment who got the visa, so we have some students who were going to Europe in the month of March. They had the visa, but they couldn't go. They all are taking their classes online, and it's absolutely fine. So my suggestion would be that apply for Latvia as soon as possible, and in case you get the admission, you can do the visa processing by the month of August and September. Uh, we have lot of questions coming up, so I believe.
So should we start with the question, sir?
I
Should I
think
go ahead and
that'd be great if you can start the
definitely,
questions. Yeah.
definitely. So we are having a first question coming from Amit Kumar, and he wants to know the total package of Latvia study visa. So I probably believe he's asking for the embassy visa fees and overall cost involved.
Okay. So basically, when we talk about the expenses, as I already mentioned, okay, embassy you can pick up somewhere between. You have okay. Let's go one by one. I have a VFS cost. I have an embassy cost. I have a Hello Verify. Hello Verify is a company which has been used by the Latvian embassy to verify your documents authenticity. That is approximately 10,000. VFS approximately 2,000. I would say between 15 to 16,000 rupees of insurance as well. So around about 20,000 rupees you can say you have to spend for your visa purpose for the application, plus minus 1,000, 2,000 rupees. Your tuition fee is approximately, I would say, 2 lakh rupees starting, to 2 to 3 lakh rupees. Let's say about your security deposit. Every university will ask for a security deposit, which is 500 euros refundable once you have finished the education in Latvia. So tuition fee 2.5 lakh, security deposit 500 euros, expenses for the embassy I already mentioned 25,000 rupees, and that's what you will spend. And of course the application fee. Every university charges the application fee from 100 euros to 150 euros, depending upon university to university.
Right. So Akash puts up a question that he is having a very low academic score, which is 50%. Is it possible to study in Latvia?
I would say if you have 50% marks, technically yes, you are eligible because you will get the. If you have 50%, not 49.9, yes, you can get the admission by verification approved. But the question is that most of the good universities are not accepting 50% marks until unless you have a special. You might be overqualified, or you have because otherwise you will get a bad university, and I will not recommend you for a bad university. It's better to go for another country rather than going for a bad university. I would like to emphasize that every university we work with, you can see them on studyinlatvia.in, and those are the only university we recommend students. The reason is that we have seen the universities way of working. We do not want to work with any university who is just working for the application fees. The students, doesn't matter which program you go, try to pick up those universities. We have a huge list of universities, but try to pick it from there itself.
Right. So Harvinder is asking that, he has already got a conditional letter from his college, and a contract has also had come, and the name of his university is ISMA University, but he has not received the AIC yet. So he is asking what needs to be done now.
Remember, if you see If you go back just few minutes back, I used the few universities name,
Yes.
Oakville School Riga and ISMA University. You will be saved. Do not apply for this university. I'm very vocal. I know it's a public platform, but I'm very clear because I have seen hell amount of students, contacting us and saying, I have lost my money. I got a visa refusal. The visa refusal rate is very high with these universities because these universities they do not follow the standard protocol. The protocol says that you have to interview your student. Yeah, the protocol says that you should have at least 60% marks if you have to have a quality student. There is no selection procedure happening. They're just taking the application fees and they're applying the visas, and they're giving silly excuses. I give you a small example. One of the student came to me and he sent me to me in Amritsar a few months back that I have applied and I want to take my refund. They say apply through another agent in another intake and take one more chance. So the university didn't refund the fees. So these things, to avoid these things, I think it is very important that you should know which are the universities, which are good universities, which are actually teaching in the right platform. So you have University of Latvia, you have Riga Tech University, you have Pankaskulam, you have Riseba, you have RSU, you have Ventspil, you have Sports University. Most of them are public universities. Among the private universities, I will strongly recommend you Turiba University and Riseba University. But again, they will not take 50% student.
So, Harvinder, you want to secure admission in any good university, can help you out with.
Ravinder, can you hear me?
If
Can you please repeat the question?
I was quoting here to Harvinder that now since
I believe, Raminda, I cannot hear these questions. I will be picking the question directly. So, Ashok Shah says that I want to pursue MBA in finance. How much will be the fees and living cost? I have already mentioned, Ashok, in the webinar, the living cost is approximately €250 per month, including food and living. MBA finance will be approximately, you can say, €3,000 to 3,000, 3,500 euros per year. Sumit is asking basically, can you tell me the requirement for study visa in Latvia? Sumit, I have just mentioned the entire requirements. It's going to be a long process. If you can, once we have finished this webinar, you can go through the link on YouTube and you can read the entire, you can listen the entire information I've given on the visa. But in case once if that is done, you're most welcome to approach us personally, and we'll give you a personal session also.
Mr. Pava, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, so I was quoting here for Harvinder, who had put up a query for ISMA, right? So if I believe that his percentage would be eligible for Latvia. So if he looks forward, we can help him out in his application. He can approach us for that.
You are most welcome. We will be happy to have, you all have our mobile office numbers. You can contact us, you can call us up. I will be putting down my email address also here, which means that you'll be able to contact us for the further information. You can also write to me directly. I will be, Ravinder, can you just put the...
I will just share the details. I will just share the details across. Yeah. So the next question comes from Varun, and he's looking forward for winemaking courses in Latvia.
Which courses?
Wine making course.
Sorry, Varun, this is not possible to make this course, but I can give you this course in France with one of the very, very good institute, Battle, which is in Botrox, and Botrox is known for wine industry. And I'm sure if you want to do this course, you should know that Botrox is known for its winery across the world. So you can have this wine making course in France, but not in Latvia.
Okay, and next comes, like Aman has asked about the spouse visa allowed on a master's course, though we have already answered. But still, if you would want to say something to him.
If you can just read the entire video again, I'm sure you'll get the answer. You can invite just to be quick, you can invite your partner, your spouse and your children for a short-term visa, but not the dependent visa. For dependent visa, your university have to write the resident permit letter, and most of the universities are not writing these days.
Right. So Maninder is interested, wherein he wants to go to Germany, which is his dream country. So he's putting up a question that if he goes to Latvia and completes one semester, so can he go to Germany, maybe through Erasmus?
Raminder, in that case, Maninder, I would say, why would you even apply for Latvia? You know, you should apply for the Germany directly, and we can help you for the Germany for sure. And there's a lot of opportunity in the Germany also. But I would strongly suggest that you should apply for Germany right now. But why to have go to Latvia, waste your money, and then transfer? Because you already know that you want to go to Germany. Germany also have a lot of universities who can take students with a lesser percentage of marks. We can find a university for you. So my recommendation will be do not apply for Latvia, just apply for Germany directly.
Right. So Ashok is asking that if we could give him a little more knowledge about MBA in Turiba University,
Okay.
specifically about the academic scores.
If we talk about the MBA Garima University, it's one of the one of my favorite programs for the business students because first it's a very unique program. It's a program where you see a lot of faculty from abroad as well. You see the course content is very focused on classroom and practical both. The university give you an opportunity to go on Erasmus. Now MBA students who go for Turiba, they can either go to different places for Erasmus, or they can go for double degree program with France. Same program in France costs you 10,000 euros, and the same program you go via Turiba University will cost you 3,000 euros. So you are only paying 3,000 euros in the first year to Turiba. For the second year, you don't pay anything extra. You only pay 3,000 for the second year. The 7,000. But if you go to that university or any of that rank university in Turiba in France, you should pay 10,000 euros. So double degree program is very good. Turiba. The Turiba has a very strong industry tie-ups. You get a lot of opportunities to basically work with different brands. They have a very strong career office. And other than Turiba also, now I'm going to be also promoting this program, which I'm very much, I'm liking this program. It's called Master International Business in Wentzville University. It's going to be a program where we will be doing 1 year in Wentzville. Now Wentzville is a small city. Huh? This is not Riga. So this is where you have to be shared. But small city means that it's one of the biggest important ports of the ice-free ports of Latvia. Very busy port. So this degree is available in Wentzville University. It's a public university, and it's approximately 2,500 euros. And then you go second year in Austria for the masters.
Okay, right. So, Rahul is asking that, what could be the probable changes that Latvia is going to enforce after COVID-19?
No changes there. There's only one change coming up for the English language. Earlier, there was no IELTS requirement, but now the requirement is basically that either if you don't have the IELTS, then you should give the MOI, medium of instruction was English from your school or college, and only then the university will give you the final letter. Which means that anybody who has done an education in Haryanavi or in Bihari or in Punjabi, and if they don't have an IELTS, they can't apply for Latvia. So if you had an education in English language, which I believe most of our audience is doing education in English language, you'll be able to apply, but a piece of paper will be necessary.
Right. So Sumit asks about BBA. Probably he wants to know that will BBA would be accepted in Latvia or not?
Absolutely, BBA will be accepted. Any degree which is a complete degree in a specialization will be widely accepted. Only BA Arts and BSc General is not accepted. And to know more, you can definitely speak to me in person as well, and we can discuss if you have specific degrees, because we always have a limited time here. But then yeah, we'll be happy to help you to tell. We can immediately tell you whether your degree will be accepted or not. You don't have to wait through AIC process.
Okay. So Harvinder has shared his profile with us, who had applied in ISMA. He has shared that, his qualification in India had been 3 years automobile diploma, and he had applied in business administration and tourism in there. So what would be the possible opportunities or options for him?
Come again with this qualification.
Automobile diploma of 3 years in India, and he had applied for business administration and tourism in ISMA University.
Again, dear, you are the chances of the visa is approximately, I would say, 2%. First of all, you're going for a wrong course. You have engineering degree. Why are you going for hospitality? That's the first thing. Second thing, even this is what your university should ask you. This is what they're not asking. This is where they are only taking the application fee. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Just the application fees and tuition fees are going on. The university is not concerned about the any information about student, that why student want to come after diploma in this in hospitality. Definitely you can go, but I can recommend that you can still change your university. That is much better.
So Rahul asked that, if he is not having ITRs, can he go for FTS scheme?
Rahul, FTS scheme and ITR is two different things. At the moment, there is a strong communication going on within the legal departments, and we are doing a very strong follow up. And just to tell you that the FTS scheme has also been launched by us only in the first place. We are the first company who introduced the FTS information in India that the students can apply through FTS. But at the moment, FTS is not replacing the ITR. I repeat, it's not replacing, which means that the student needs to show ITR and FTS both. This is kind of contradictory statement. I know that for a small period of time, we were able to replace it. But then again, student got visa refusal. In January 2020, a lot of students have got a visa refusal, even if they have paid the FTS. Now, people who don't know FTS, it is called Fund Transfer Scheme, where you spend lock your living expenses in the university account. So we will definitely, we are talking to universities and we are trying to understand if FTS can replace the ITR. But at the moment, I can't say you the same thing.
Right. So Gaurav is asking about how much funds are required.
Gaurav, fund approximately 5.5 lakh rupees in your sponsor's account, in your account, 3 months old is good enough.
Okay. Kashish asked that what are the aspects for mechanical engineering after bachelor's in Latvia, and also if you could explain about the part-time jobs.
Kashish, if you can, for the part-time job, you will if you just click the entire video on the YouTube channel just after this conversation, you'll be understand what kind of part-time jobs I've already discussed on that. Your question on mechanical engineering that I can address right now. So, if you do a bachelor in mechanical engineering is a very important program in terms of engineering. So, if you do this program, not only Latvia, but you have many countries, many companies who are looking for engineers desperately. But there's a very high shortage of engineers across European Union, including Germany. So you have an option to not only work for Latvian company, but you also have an option to work for European companies. So I will strongly recommend you to do this program in Latvia. Riga Tech University should be your only choice because they have the best program available in the country.
Deepika wants to know the duration of an MBA course and if are the internships available in MBA course.
Yes, there is a possibility to do an internship because if you do not get an internship by the university, you can do your own internship. This is called Erasmus Exchange Internship. You can apply. So, and that internship can be done during your education and even post your education. And in case your internship is unpaid, you will get money from Erasmus funds that call as Erasmus Exchange Program. So basically, and the MBA will be for 2 years.
And Deepika, regarding your question about good colleges and universities for MBA, you should contact us and we will definitely shortlist as per your profile and share with you. So Navtej asks, can I go to Latvia with an expense between 3 to 4 lakh?
Yes, Navtej, you can definitely go to Latvia in this expense.
And Elmas is asking about the placements and other curricular activities like sports on campus.
About the which come again, Raminda?
Elmas is asking about the placement options in on campus and the other curricular activities like the sport activities and other
all the
activities.
universities have got their own sport facilities. RTU has a huge community of sportsmen in the university. You name it and they have it. All kind of gyms. You have their sports clubs. You have your gymnasium. You have your swimming pool. You have all your fields. Everything is available, in Latvia in these universities. And basically, when we talk about the quality of education and also the extra activities, they go hand in hand for Latvian universities.
Kashish is saying, and international students, are they eligible for scholarships in Latvia?
Yes, there are some scholarship by the state government, the education ministry, but they have to be applied well in time. and if given, then they get the scholarship for the tuition fee. There is no such scholarship by the university at the moment, but definitely the state gives the scholarships.
Okay, so Harvinder has shared his percentage. He's quoting that his percentage is above 60%. So I believe he would be eligible.
Yes, he will be.
Right. So Harvinder, you would be definitely eligible for Latvian universities. So you can contact us and we would be more than happy to help. Almas, okay, this is a repetitive question. Navtej wants to know that can we move to Canada from Latvia after completing of my studies?
Yes, you can do your bachelor degree in Latvia, and post that you can apply for Canada as well. From there, I have got a lot of students who have done that. So you have completed your one degree. Once you do a one degree in one country and you move to another country, the you become a bona fide student. What is the meaning of bona fide student in terms of visa? This means that the visa officer, because you have a resident permit of Latvia, you will apply a Canadian visa in the Canadian embassy in Riga. And when you see that a student has finished his bachelor's here, he came for bachelor, he finished the bachelor, it gives a very clear message to the visa officer in the embassy, irrespective of Latvia or in Germany, wherever you go, that the student is really a bona fide student. He knows what he's doing. So the visa rate we have seen in the past, every time when you apply the visa from the second country to third country, you are basically not judged on the basis of your financials, you are judged on the basis of your motivation.
Right. So Akash is saying that he has 50% to which university I could be selected. So
I would strongly suggest don't apply for Latvia. We can give you other options. Definitely, as an applicant, I can accept your application, but I know that the good university will not take you, and I do not want to give you any university where the visa rate is poor. So in this way, because as I said, I'm already working, and I'm talking about everything very openly. So I will strongly suggest you that do not apply for Latvia. Apply for some other university in country. There are a lot of options available for students who have 50% marks in various countries. You can apply for Netherlands. You can apply for Finland also as well.
Okay, so Hardik, you have mentioned that your YouTube channel is in Punjabi, not in English or Hindi. So definitely we are having those languages options available. So we will talk to our technical support and they will just see to it and it would be taken care of. So
We
good.
try to do English, Hindi, both nowadays, but sometimes, these videos are quite long. They are, there's a lot of content available. Sometimes we do in English, sometimes we do in Punjabi, sometimes we do in Hindi. We always get feedback from the audience as well. But definitely what we're trying to do is that we are trying to see what are the best way that we can keep this video in a neutral language, maybe mix of Hindi and English together, because because the parents sometimes, from the villages, they don't speak English. But the children do. But the children have to show the video to the parents, that why they want to go to Latvia. And this is where they say, please do this video in the local language. And otherwise, we will try definitely. We're working on this, and I can promise you that in very soon we will be able to do videos in multi languages.
Okay, so Gurpreet has shared his profile. He's saying that he has completed civil engineering diploma in 2017. He hasn't shared his percentage though, and he wants to know can he apply for business course for his further studies.
Definitely, yes, he can apply for business course and further studies. In fact, I would say, in case if he wants to do a civil only, he can go for Latvia. He can go for Lithuania. In fact, if he has a civil diploma, the Lithuania. So now I am trying to tell you about Lithuania, but then there are options you have. So you have Lithuania, Latvia, both have civil engineering programs. If you have interest in civil engineering, I will recommend you to go for civil engineering only and not business. If you have lost your interest, okay, you can go for business, because engineering is always demanding in Europe. Doesn't matter which engineering you go, it's fine. You can get job easily.
Gaurav wants to know about the funds requirement. Gaurav, we have already discussed it. Uh, Funds required, sir.
Basically, Gaurav, if you will be able to log in to our YouTube channel and you will see this video once again, we have done entire detailed information about the funding. If you need more information, we can definitely give you a one-to-one. Just call us out and we can set up a meeting with us and we can give you. I
Right.
just saw that somebody asked us what is the YouTube channel name. So here is the YouTube channel. I'm going to put it here. Yeah, here we go. So This is our YouTube channel, and you can go and see all the videos available for different countries. And we will definitely keep recording more and more in the coming days.
Okay, so Akash has mentioned that he had 50% and he wants to go for hospitality management course. So Akash, as we have already told you, with 50% the chances in Latvia would be less. So, but yes, you can approach us and we can tell you other countries, wherein you could get good
Ravinder, I'll
options.
tell you, Prakash, there are people in the industry, in our industry, in study abroad industry as an agency, who will accept your application. They
Okay,
will get you the admission, but they will get you the admission in those colleges and universities whose visa rate is very poor. What's the point? When you why will you do all this hard work? Go and read the comments of these university on Facebook and Google. Is my university hotel school Riga? You will see tons of negative comments. So my suggestion is that change the country, apply in that country, and not Latvia, because even if you get admission, I can get admission. I definitely can get you in a bad university, but it is no good to you. So I will strongly recommend not to apply for that.
like we are having a live example today in one of our participants, Harvinder, who had a bad experience with ISMA currently, though he's having good scores. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely. Yeah,
right.
very true. Very true. One of the participants who is already from our this group.
Right. So Aman wants to know about internships. That will internships be provided?
I mean, as I already mentioned, that an internship will be provided by university in some program and some program not. If the university is not providing you the internship, you can do your own internship, because Erasmus exchange program allows students to travel to another country, another university in the Erasmus funding. But if that funding you want to use for exchange, the internship, you can use it. Okay, let me make it simple for you. So let's suppose say you're doing a bachelor degree in Turiba University. Now you got an internship in France, but it's an unpaid internship, and Turiba says that he cannot pay you. There is no funding. So you will have to, if your company is not paying you, you will apply for Erasmus exchange funds. This is a fund which has been allotted to European Union by European Union to the country, and country government allotted to the university, and student will get the money from there, and you can go and study there, and you will get a fixed amount of money every month, and this is called Erasmus exchange funds. Very soon, I'm going to make a video on the Erasmus exchange funding and how it can be used on the YouTube channel as well.
Rohan wants to know that he has scored 72% marks in his English in 12th standard CBSE board, and can he apply without this international English exam? And he wants to do his MBA from Turiba University.
Yes, Turiba has their own exams. You can apply for Turiba without IELTS. IELTS is not required for Latvia. You, IELTS is only required if your education was not in English language. If your education was in English language, you don't have to give an IELTS.
Okay, so Harvinder, you have mentioned that you are looking forward to change the university. What should you do? Like we have already mentioned, you should contact us after this webinar gets over, right? And as my team will contact you for sure, and we will guide you the next step forward. Rahul wants to know if we go for a loan in case if I don't have ITRs. So how is it going to impact my visa?
ITR is mandatory. I will suggest that in case you can't find the ITR, then you have to find another country until unless you have a sponsor.
We have 1 or 2 year courses after 12th in Latvia? The question comes
We
from
have
Navdeep.
bachelor's and master's only. I have also mentioned that, the number where you can call to set up a meeting with me as well, in personal meeting, in case you want to start the process and you would like to have a one-to-one meeting with me. And before enrollment, definitely I'll be happy to help you to understand the country, not only Latvia. In Latvia, of course, I can help you, but I can help you as a career counselor, which country, which program you can study in, and which is best for you.
Almas says thanks. So you are welcome, Almas. We hope that we have added some value to your knowledge today about Latvia.
I believe
Okay, so
we have the
if
timing
we
of the webinar is going off soon.
okay,
The validation.
will a 5 year study gap acceptable in Latvia?
Yes, if you have a valid reason, it's fine, not an issue. It will be fine.
Okay, and I believe we are having a couple of questions which had come up from our YouTube channel. So should I put it
Yes,
across?
yes, that'd be nice if you can take them as well.
Okay. Just allow me a second. So the question comes from Arohi that I have done in 2016. I have done biology with 47%. Which country can I apply? I am very confused. Please guide me.
Arohi, it would be nice if we can have a one-to-one meeting because I cannot guide you unless I know exactly what do you want to study. I need to see your financials. I need to see your interest. I need to make sure that you get something where I cover these two areas. So, students, in case you would like to discuss with me, I definitely want to help you. But these are the two things which I always want to say that before I convey, I give any option to anyone, the interest and the finances is something I want to be very clear with because I don't want to give you something which you can't afford. Number one. Second thing, I don't also want to give you something which you can afford but you don't have any interest. So in both the ways, it's going to be a wrong match. So it is always beneficial to have a one-to-one meeting. I do a lot of Zoom meetings with students every day. And other than this, so Monday to Friday, I do Zoom for one-to-one meetings where we can discuss a one-to-one person, your profile. It will be approximately 30 minutes to 45 minutes where we will be talk. We'll have a discussion on what do you want to study and how can I help you to plan your study. So I've sent a number here. I will drop the number once again here as well for students. So I have dropped the number. You can call this number and just ask for a personal appointment with me, and we can have a discussion on this.
Right. So there is another case study. They have done their BA in 2019. Age is 35 years, 10 years of experience. So what are the best options for masters?
Germany, Denmark, you have two options. Good options. I would say this is the option you should take at. We can discuss because this webinar is about Latvia. So I have more options for you. In fact, you also have an option for Netherlands as well. But I would recommend that please contact us directly. Call us on this number and request for the appointment. And I'll be happy to be your personal coach and counselor because I believe that until and unless we sit down together and we understand what is best for you, because something can be best for someone and something can be best for the other person, and the same thing cannot be best for the third person. So it's very important to go through your profile and then try to give you what do you want, because Europe is about experiences, Europe is about options, and Europe is about innovation. But to give you the best possible solution, I need to speak to you in person.
Arpit wants to know that when can he apply for September 2021 intake?
Now, dear, now. This is the time when you can apply now, because if you don't apply now, you'll be late. So if you
September
have
2021.
2021, you can apply now also, or you can apply in September also. Choice is yours. If you apply now, the benefit is that if you do not get the admission in the best university, you can go to the second best university. But if you apply later, then the timing is going to be an issue. So it's always good to start early. The early you start, the better is going to be the deal. This is definitely for sure. Doesn't matter which country you want to go. If you're starting early, you will get a best experience. You will have the best service. You know, if you come late or on the last 11th hour, you always get the rough service and the bitter experience. It's a very common thing in life. So I would recommend everybody to apply on time.
Arpit wants to know that which is the best university for pursuing tourism and what language is obligatory for studying there.
Latvia, the best university would be Turiba University. I am a big fan of their tourism program. The reason I'm a big fan, I'll be very clear with you. 4 years of bachelor degree program. After every 9 months, they give you internship. That too a paid internship in a hotel of their partnership. What else do you want?
Okay. Vijay wants to know the study options for Poland. So Vijay, this is a webinar for Latvia, but definitely we can help you out with the study options for Poland. So
That's
you are
fine.
recommended to contact us on the given numbers. We would be more than happy to help. Rachna Reddy wants to know about hospitality management MBA courses. So we have already said that yes, Latvia is a good option for hospitality and management related courses. Mangu, they have applied for the Latvia study visa. Now the embassy is closed. Before embassy interview. Now what to do?
Uh, just reminder, I'm just sending to all the students my email. Uh, and here is my email and the number. You can call me. Yeah. And you can call the number, helpline number, and set up a meeting. Uh, yep. So all the students can see the numbers I have published here, the email address. You can write to me directly. You can call us up and set up the meeting. Back to Raminda, your question, please come again.
The question was that Mangu had already applied for the study visa in Latvia. Now the embassy has closed before the interview could take place in the embassy. So now they are asking what to do.
Just wait until the embassy open, and then you have to reschedule your interview. And for that, you will be getting a call from the embassy, or in fact, I would suggest that you should take a call. You should call them once the embassy is open. So keep a constant one. Just embassy of Latvia is very fast in replying the emails. They're replying all the emails, and a lot of our students who have got the visa, even they have got the reply back. So just request the embassy that they should inform you. Keep in touch with them on email, and you should be okay.
Manu wants to know when should I apply for Germany ideally.
If you want to apply for Germany, this is a time, student. This is a time to apply for any country. If you apply now, you'll be able to get all the admission and visa services on time. The later you apply, you will not be able to make it for September intake for sure. So forget about the COVID, forget about the lockdown. Just focus on your admissions first. Your visa is a last stage. This is what I'm trying to explain to everyone. Visa is a last stage. It's a 15% of the business complete project. Admission, online interview, paperwork, documentation. This is what is going to take 85% of your time. That visa is only 15%. So cover your 85% so you can do the 15% when the right time comes in. I believe, Ravinder, we have answered all the questions, and the webinar is just about to end in a few seconds before it happens. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us for this session. We'll be coming up with more sessions in the next week, and I wish you all safe and healthy weekend. And see you next week on the YouTube channel, and we'll get back to you with all the other options. Thanks a lot, and thank you, Ravinder, for the coordination.